Okay, so today we will be ranking the best places to take a nap in Resident Evil Village. This video will be about House Dimitrescu, but I will be ranking the other locations as well and then do a master tier list at the end. Okay, so first up we have Lady Dimitrescu's room. I'm going to start with the pros and then we'll adjust for the cons. So it has a canopy, it's secluded, there's pillows, a duvet, and a fireplace. Overall, I feel like this would be a pretty comfortable place to take a nap, so we're going to put it at S tier for now. The next place is the sitting room that's right outside, the bedroom area. I don't know if this is actually her bedroom. I'd say this is also a pretty good napping spot because there's a fireplace. You can lay down on it. Looks like there's some snacks on the table. You can use the cape as a blanket. So I'm gonna say it's another S tier. Next, we have the hallway couch on the way to fight the first of the daughters. This one doesn't look terribly comfortable because it looks like it's a leather couch, so it'd probably be a little sticky when you sleep on it if you sweat when you sleep. We're gonna go ahead, and it's in a hallway, and I personally don't like a bunch of people walking past me when I sleep. I think that's kind of unsettling. So for now, I'm gonna put this at C tier. Next up is the beds or / couches in the daughter's dressing room. I'm gonna start off with the one that is in the middle of the room. I gotta say, this one doesn't look terribly comfortable because it's kind of narrow. So I feel like you'd roll off of it. Yeah, I'll put this one at B tier for now. Next up, we have the one that is against the wall in the daughter's dressing room. This one is slightly better than the one that's in the center of the room because although it is narrow, there is a pillow, there's some drapes, and it's against the wall, so you can kind of lean against the wall. I personally don't think that would be as easy to fall off of. So we're gonna put this one at A. Now we have the dungeon hay pile. I feel like hay wouldn't be too uncomfortable to sleep in, especially if you're wearing a nice coat or something. I feel like it would be more uncomfortable if you're wearing less clothes and it was poking your skin. But overall, hay is pretty insulative, and I'm gonna put this at C tier. Next, we have the dungeon torture table. I feel like this doesn't need a whole ton of explanation, but I'm going to go ahead and put it at D tier because spikes, there's some junk on the table that you'd have to move, and by junk I mean pliers and other devices that are probably used for not kind interactions. Now we have the main hall blue couch that is under the stairs. This seems like a pretty nice place, even though it is in a communal area. I think that that since it's partially under the stairs, that gives a sense of safety, and you're off to the side. It's not narrow like the hallway. You wouldn't feel like you're in the way. I'm gonna go ahead and put this one at a B tier. B tier. Now the orange couch, I'm gonna go ahead and put at S tier because it is next to the fireplace. So you'd be nice and cozy, nice and warm. It is leather, a little sticky. That's okay. Next we have the couch that is outside the blood room or whatever you want to call it. It looks comfortable enough. It has some nice ambient lighting and you can lay down on it. It's again off to the side, even though it is in a hallway. It's pretty all right. The only concern I'd have is getting it dirty and someone being mad at you. So I'm gonna say B tier. I'd nap there. Next one is the couch in the blood room. This one is getting put at D tier because from what I've gathered, this is a bathroom of sorts. There's not one, but there's two of those 18th century toilet chairs in there. And also, yeah, I don't want to be sleeping in a bathroom unless I'm actively sick. And even at that, I don't think that I'd want to sleep in that bathroom because there is a giant pool of blood and I really do not do well with blood. Now we have the couch in Lady Dimitrescu's room. I'd say this is pretty nice. It looks comfortable, it looks alright, so another B tier. Library chair, or put this at A. That looks pretty comfortable, despite being leather. There are some pillows. And then the upstairs library, I'm gonna put this at C tier, and no, I'll put it A tier for now. Then I'll make my adjustments in a bit. In the sitting room, or not sitting room, I'll put this at another A tier because this one looks pretty comfortable, even though I know that that's the same as this. These two are the same. So I'll move that there. Now I'm gonna make some adjustments based on the cons of the game and the location and everything. So starting out with Lady Dimitrescu's room, we're gonna have to knock it down because there is blood on the floor. That is where Ethan got strung up, so there's a possibility you could be tortured in that room. Honestly, tortured anywhere in the house, but that's a little bit of a given. Yep, I am moving this one down. This, I'm gonna keep this at S tier because this seems pretty comfy, although I will mention that I think it is blood in the teacups, and again, I do very poorly with blood. The snacks that are on the table are in fact ruined with blood. There's some sludge on them, so I might have to ding some points for that, actually. Moving on, I'm gonna leave this one up here because again, this is a clean couch. It is by a fireplace. It's in a central location, so there's not going to be like any like drafts from windows. And there's a rug, so that'll also help with insulation. I feel like overall, just not a terrible place to take a nap. So in the dressing room, we're going to have to take away some points because over in this area, there's the opening to the dungeon. I would prefer not to be somewhere with like quick dungeon access because of drafts, rats, and again, that is where they torture people a lot, is in the basement. So I think I'll have to bring this down a layer. I'm gonna keep the other one at B tier because again of that draft, dungeon access, just not it. I'm gonna bring this library couch down to D tier because it gives me anxiety, because playing Mercenaries, I got jumped so hard in that room that it gives me anxiety. I think I'm gonna have to move this one down a layer because it has 3 pillows and you'd have to take those off to probably lay down on it comfortably. And I feel like that's something that would like make people mad, like just things being in the way. If Lady Dimitrescu trips on something, I think you're getting slimed out. I'll keep this one where it's at because again, both of these look comfortable. These are the same couch model. It's not near any windows, and nice soft lighting. I will need to move the one in Lady Dimitrescu's room down a tier because of its closeness to the window. That is going to be cold in the winter, and bugs are going to come in the summer because everybody knows those windows do not have screens. This one I'll keep it B tier because of the tapestry, and again, although I'm gonna move it down actually because it is slightly downstairs from a room that has a crack in the wall, so that draft is going to be a bit bothersome. I don't know how cold Romanian winters get, but I'm assuming it's pretty bad. Yeah, definitely opposed to where I live. I'm gonna keep this one here because again, this is those 3 pillows. They'd be in the way, but it's not as anxiety-inducing as this one. I'm gonna have to move the dungeon one down because I don't do well with blood. There's chains on the wall, and also there's a toilet right next to the bed. You could see this as a pro, but it's like in the bed as opposed to kind of like next to it, and that's not very hygienic. Neither is blood. So I just like to avoid taking a nap in there if possible. I think this one's all right. I'm gonna move this up one. No, I'm just thinking because of under the staircase is nice and like off to the side, but again, like pillows, maybe you can like put them over here. I'll move that one up. And I think that wraps it up because obvious torture device, pokey, don't want to sleep on that, lots of blood, blood room, blood, I got jumped here, and lots of blood. Anyways, thank you for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and I will be back with another one when I continue playing Resident Evil Village.